Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another episode, and this episode is called Army of CEOs.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. This topic came from Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
Yes, thank you.
We were in our quarterly planning meeting this last Friday, and it was at the very end, and he was talking through, a few things, and just recapping conversations of what was discussed in the meeting. And he said, it's like having an army of CEOs here where everybody is able and empowered to make a decision. And I literally, because we're in Florida and they're all in Ohio, and plus our VA team was all on the screen too. So Flip and I are on Zoom. I chatted right in there, army of CEOs. I love it. I just thought it was a really great concept to talk about. And it's something that we've been trying to do for a very long time in our company is empower other people to be able to lead and to make decisions. Aaron has taken it to a new level in our company, and not only enabling and empowering people to make decisions in their company, but across the board. We always isolated each company. Like, you work for property management, you need to do this. And it was, for me, it was focus, right? I wanted them in their lane and focus on what they need to do to perfect and get better at for our clients. What I learned through Aaron's leadership is that they really need to know the other parts of the company so they know how their company affects the other company, right? So how Bulldog Renovations renovation work affects property management when it gets handed off and a tenant goes in, right? Once Bulldog starts understanding the problems that IPM is having, our property management company, then they're able to help and strategize together, right? And then when IPM, Independence Property Management, understands the process of Bulldog Renovations that they're going through and the QA steps, they're able to step in and join, right, for that QA so that we can have both. And so Aaron really has empowered everybody to dig in, just get nosy about every single company. And we're incredibly transparent. Like we've always been, that's just been a core value for us always, is the team gets to know everything about the company. Financials, everything. It doesn't matter, because we are growing this thing together and we want them to trust us because this is their job. This is their career. This is their lives. And we want them to be a big part of how this company grows and to be able to provide input. So I think Aaron's the same way.
Yeah, before you go on, I think the thing that I love, all of that is so true. But the thing that I love, because I was the acquisitions department for years. And it was me. And so, but what I love is when we took that and created our own, and actual team. But now he's created all of those companies, IPM, Bulldog, why am I can't think of it? But all of them, everybody is now responsible, and not responsible, but they all have a feeling for the acquisitions, because now they all realize that, hey, well, number one, I don't have a job if we're not buying houses.
That's right.
And so now the entire team is like really focused on, hey, how can we help? How can we make sure we get more acquisitions? And that just blew my mind. So he's done all of those other things, but that, I think, because it's near and dear to my heart. I even got it right here. Cash for Ohio Houses.
That's
right.
So what the example that Flip just gave was, because we haven't bought enough properties lately. Like, it dipped down. And so Aaron corralled everybody and said, everybody cares about this, right? If we don't have properties, we don't pay bills. We have to have properties so we can renovate properties, so we can manage properties, so that everybody can keep on working. And, he just laid it, and everybody, because it's a family of companies and because he's empowered everybody to dig in and get nosy about all companies, they'll go out and they'll go, help find houses. And everybody, like, every responsibility within the company is everybody's kind of taking ownership of. So if there's not acquisitions in your example, then they're like, hey, we're going to go help and we're going to dig in and we'll answer the phone if we have to. We'll run and if there's a QA that needs to be done, or if a yard needs to be picked up, people will jump in their cars and go pick up the yard.
Love it.
That's the culture that he has created.
That's so awesome.
And that is not something that Flip and I got to. And I don't even know that we would have envisioned that. I kept on isolating the companies. I just did it for years, and it was not the right way to go about, and that's why we hired a CEO, right? we hired a CEO because we knew somebody else could take the company to a different level.
A silo.
Silo. Silo. We hired them because we knew what they could do. Our talents, we were the scrappers.
Yep.
And, we built it from scratch and got it to where we could, and really wanted to focus on multifamily. And we knew somebody else with more experience could be able to take it up. And so, again, this army of CEOs mentality, what we're trying to kind of, bring to light for anybody that this could help is that collaboration and empowering the team to really get in and dig in and get nosy about other parts of the business so they can understand how their role affects other roles and how they together can make it better in order to elevate the company into, better serving your clients, right? Yep. That's really our primary job here, right? Is serving our clients in the best way possible. And you can't always do that if you don't understand every aspect of each company and how it works. So I thought that was really cool. Army of CEOs is going to be in my language from now on because he was literally saying, we want you to be able to make a decision and be able to make a decision based on facts and understanding of how all the companies work together. And I thought it was really super cool.
And taking ownership of that decision. It's so awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Love it.
I love it. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're heading on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to join the Investor Club. And also check out all the other things that we have on there. But we have a lot of stuff going on in the Investor Club. Make sure you're checking us out on social medias, but make sure you're reaching out to CJ and Ben, get that communication started so that way you can see all the stuff that we've got going on in there. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest Smart.
Live Happy. Bye everybody. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.